sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Chicago Bears and the New York Giants, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
Well, the Giants began play all the way back in 1925. And almost 100 years later, this venue was built to house their next era. MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Welcome in, everyone. Kate Scott, Brock Hewitt on the call for you for this one. And I'm sure a lot of people in attendance and watching from home, Brock, they've already got the winner made up in their mind. But I'll tell you one thing, we've got a sideline down there ready to dispel that eye test.
Well, all that talk before the game is just that. Talk. You can look at past performance, you can look at metrics, you can spin any numbers you want. But we're about ready to kick this thing off, and from there, it's anybody's game.
Cairo Santos out for the opening kick. And we're off from MetLife. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So out come the Giants. Their first drive of the game coming up. And leading them out in his 6th season in the league now is their quarterback.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
He's only going to manage to get back to the line. That was Montez Sweat who took him down. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
2nd and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on 3rd down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
The Bears into the nickel for 3rd down. Lock. And they get to him again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Well, this is exactly what the defense wants to do to these quarterbacks. You want to speed them up, and the best way to do it is to hit them and bring them to the ground. Conversely, they've got to figure out offensively how to protect. If you can't protect, you can't execute, you can't do anything offensively.
The Giants readying to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. So here come the Bears as they get set for their debut series. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked 1st overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
Caleb was one of the most hyped prospects ever out of college football, and I'm not speaking out of turn or any hyperbole there. It's why he was the #1 pick. And you put on his highlight reel, Kate, you can put that highlight reel against anybody the last 50 years. The way that he creates and extends plays, the ways that he can run and still sling it totally off platform and off balance all over the field. He also does it with a flair and eccentricity that is unique and really not common coming into the league as well. A superstar in the making.
It's taken in by Rome Odunze. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. Escapes a defender. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Williams to throw on first. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
All right, here we go, second down. Moore's got it. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Third and 4 coming up now. Out of the gun, here's Williams. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. Jason Pinnock picks it. And the Giants take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. Caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
Here's Locke to the air. Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Jalen Johnson with the stop.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He's got him. That's Tracy. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Through one quarter, neither side breaking through on the scoreboard. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Giants in possession. They start out with a 2nd and 3. A handoff to Tracy. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Jalen Johnson with the stop. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 now. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now it's 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson has it. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
The Bears offense out there for their 2nd drive of the contest. And as they take the field, Brock, they got to be thankful that interception didn't cost them. Still scoreless here.
I like how you say they. I think the quarterback in particular
Yep.
right, loves a chance to have in golf a breakfast ball or a mulligan, another opportunity to flush that first drive away. That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Running with Swift out of the gun. And he'll get it up to the 44. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Staying grounded with Swift. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
It's his running back. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Bobby Okereke making that stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Third down, here's Williams. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting, right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. The Bears likely looking at a punt. On 4th down, it's Tory Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. And this is the first time he's been called on today. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pass cut by Tracy. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Locked down. He finds Slayton. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. He has the first over the middle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. And come to the line for 1st and 10. He'll throw it yet again. He locates Daniel Bellinger. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They'll throw it again. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big one following that big play. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Graham Gano and the Giants field goal unit out. This one from an even 40 yards out. The kick by Gonzalez is good. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty.
That penalty is declined.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Looking to throw. That's more of the catch out left. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Cordell Flott there on the stop.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. If you missed the first half, there's not much to get you caught up on. Just the lone field goal accounting for the entirety of the scoring. A 3-0 game to this point, as both defenses have been strong so far.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Gano ready to send this away. Tyler Scott now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here comes the offense for the Bears to begin the second half. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. First down throw by Williams. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Was hoping to get that one to Keenan Allen. And now it's second down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Running behind center with Swift. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Tackled on that play by Isaiah Simmons. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Williams from the gun. Makes the grab in bounds left side. That goes for 36 yards. And that's good for a Bears first down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So the big play moves him well past midfield, has him set up now at the 35. They are on the counter with Swift. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Going to run again with Swift. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Working from the gun, Williams. Catch made by Allen. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
So on 4th down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. A 49-yarder in front of him here. Carney's kick is good. And that will tie things up in the 3rd.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now here comes the New York offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They're out and set, 1st and 10. To throw, here's Locke. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's Tracy. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the 1st down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Locke looking to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. He's got it inside the 25. He will go! Touchdown, New York! The Giants grab the lead on their first series of the half. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Giants break that tie and now lead by 7. Gano ready to send this away. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Chicago getting set to take the field now. And they have tried on occasion to ramp up their passing game, but just nothing has worked with consistency yet, Brock. Might be why they trail near the end of this third quarter.
You sure love teams who excel on the ground, right? You love a physical game of football who can hammer at the opponent, but in today's NFL, it's just impossible to win if you don't have a passing component that's balancing it out.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's tackled for a short gain.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Chicago brings out the punting unit. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Here's Locke. A throw left side, caught by Neighbors. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. This is the end of the third quarter. It's the Giants with the ball, trying to close out what would currently be a win. First and 10 from the 41. A give to Tracy up the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Tracy once more. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. 2nd and 13. That pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Locke. Forced out to his right. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Giants will have a first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Lock to throw it. It's incomplete. Risky throw to the sideline. They're lucky that defender didn't keep on going down the sideline there. It's going to be second down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Here's Lock to the air. Finds his target, Robinson. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. He'll throw it. He's got him. That's Tracy. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
We're going to get a challenge here. The Bears do not agree with that last call.
Previous play is under review.
Well, I certainly don't envy the officials here. A lot of times, Brock, it can be so tough to have the right angle to get a perfect spot on that football.
Yeah, how they do it, I just marvel at it. A bunch of years ago, I got to do and be an official, a side judge for a spring game.
How'd that go?
Not well, because things happen so fast, and I really do. I marvel at more often than not how good these officials are at spotting the ball.
And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
2nd and 3 now. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know what that felt like to me, Kate? That felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he was just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get tackled for a loss.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Giants leading by 7. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Complete. Oh no, the ball is loose! And no turnover, it's gonna stay with the offense. No surprises here, defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. Hang on, they want to take another look at this play, and a very important call coming up late in this game. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he's short of the first. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They go right back to Tracy. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. The Bears going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. third down, 1 yard to go. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. They get 2 on the play, and now they've got first and goal.
Yeah, I get it. Fans will measure a running back's merit by touchdowns, yards, fantasy football world we live in. But as coaches and teammates, Kate, they want something a little bit more. They want to see plays like that, a guy who will always get the short yards in a critical spot like that.
The Giants taking it here, running out the final seconds to their victory.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. So here at MetLife, it's the G-Men who come away with the win. And it still shows up as a victory for them, Brock, whether they score 50 or they have a rough day putting points on the board. And with Brock Huard and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a well-earned win for the Giants as we say so long from New York.